Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for hopping on and joining us for this video today. I am so excited to have Kris join me right now and be our first featured member, featured business here in our group. And what's really exciting is we've been getting little nuggets about Kris's business in our Facebook page. She's been sharing those things with our group, I should say with our Facebook group. And so I'm excited to have you featured to talk about what you do in your business. And it's a business you started with your sisters, is that right?
That's right. So my name is Kris Fuller and my business is called Your Life Sparkles. It's a motivational, inspirational company, and our whole platform is about lifting you up and helping you see how wonderful you are. We just want you to love yourself more, to train your brain to be in a better mind space so you can have a better life with your health, with your finance, and that relationship with yourself. So yeah, I run the business with my two sisters, Lisa Wright and Angela Volman. And we, besides our social media platforms, and I've got tons of links, I'll share them with you. We also host locally Ladies' Day events. And those are just near and dear to my heart because it's a chance for women to get together. And there's something really special that happens that you can't replicate when you're not physically together. So that
totally agree.
That connection is just really special. And of course, my sisters and I, we have delightful personalities, and one of us is really funny. So there's always humor woven.
You're like, one of us is really funny.
Not mentioning any names, but her initials are Kris. So. But we love it. So that's what we do. And it's been about 1.5 years since we launched this. And the three of us are just on fire with how excited we are to just help other women. And so when I look at your platform and the group that you've started, and it's sharing the businesses, but then also sharing sort of the work behind the businesses, that's something that I love. And obviously I'm going through it. Right now I have a post-it on my wall. It's one of my mantras. I'm grabbing it.
Yay!
And it says, can you read that? Oh, it's probably backwards.
Oh, I love it.
I have always figured it out. And it just reminds me to sort of calm down because I'm trying to figure out publishing and marketing and promotion and growth and ticket sales and all of the, like, what's the best step, and Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, like, do I need Pinterest? All of those questions. And the truth is, what I've realized too is that there's no right or wrong way. You just have to make a map and commit to it.
Yeah.
Whatever you're planning or whatever you're doing, because you really can become overwhelmed. And then, are you like me, Priscilla? Do you do that? Like, I'm so busy, and at the end of the day, you take tally and you go, I was busy all day, but what did I do?
What did I do? What did I get done? I know. I'm a big post-it person too. I wish I can turn my camera, but it's on my monitor actually to show you like all the post-its I around my computer. But you know what? I have to tell you that I absolutely love the name of your business. You know, it's so simple, but it speaks volumes, you know. So how did you guys come up with the name of your business?
Do you know what? It was just one of those brainstorming sessions, and we were like, what do we want to embrace and portray? And so we looked at so many keywords, buzzwords, things we liked, and the word sparkle just really spoke to us because there is, you know, we feel like our personalities are sparkly, but you know, when your face lights up, when you think of someone that you love and the sparkle in their eye or the sparkle in their smile, and we just think it translates into so many things because it can be your business sparkles, your family sparkles, like everything that you do can have a little sparkle in it. And so it just felt like a really cool way. But the three of us together sort of coined that or whatever. And it just felt so right. You know, when you're doing something and you think, you know, I ran a business before. It was an art business. I changed the name 2 times and then finally landed on something I felt good with. But this one was just like right away out. So we just were like, yes, this is it. But I think
it was right. Yeah.
That word sparkle and then relating it to your life sparkle.
Yes.
So tell me that message every time.
Yeah. So tell me about, I'm really curious about how 3 sisters came together. Like, what's the story behind you guys starting your business together?
So obviously we have the same background growing up in the same house, and our mom was very inspiring and she was a teacher her whole life. And she just had wonderful philosophies about, you know, one of them was, this is a mistake making place. And, you know, she just always had that attitude of putting your best foot forward. And so growing up with that, the common thread was one thing, but our mom passed away about 1.5 years ago. And after that event, the 3 of us became closer and closer. And I think navigating that year together and everything then sort of started taking off and escalating because we were like,
wow,
we realized how much we had grown and how much we were helping each other. and had made life-changing strides just from the support we were giving each other and the growth we had experienced from some of the mind work we'd been all doing on our individual journeys. And so
Yeah.
I know our mom is looking down on us with smiles, but that is just such a thing that we're like, we know she'd be so proud of us. And it's just so ironic that the timing of someone who is so inspirational isn't here to see what we're now doing. But part of me is like, that thread is just, that's just part of it, right?
Oh,
So
beautiful.
a really special start for us, actually. And then now it's the three of us, and so it's moved away from mom and it's really us, but it was just a really cool link for three sisters. And I think that in itself is really special. I mean, I know people who have siblings who maybe aren't as close, but certainly the three of us are. And I do have to say, honorable mention, we have a brother. And he's always like, it's the Sparkle sisters and the sisters and whatever. He's like, hi, I'm here. And we love and adore him. But he just gets honorable mention from me right now.
That's great. So tell me a little bit about what each of you brings to the company.
Yes. So we all have our unique family and personalities and whatnot. We're all business owners in our own rights as well. So I ran an art business, and now I've transitioned into a coaching business. My sister Lisa runs an online sales group with a large membership locally. My sister Angela is a massage therapist. And so there's been elements of working from home and working out. So we all have a different business background. So that's number one. And then number two, I don't have kids. It's my husband, myself, and my cat. And so I have that perspective. Both my sisters have kids. My sister in Alberta, Angela, is a dairy farmer with 4 boys under the age of 8. And that's a unique perspective. And then my sister Lisa is, she's got a daughter and 2 sons, and her daughter has type 1 diabetes as well. So there's lots of little things just in our lives. And one thing about us is we're really sharesy. We're like, oh, you have that? Like, I will sit beside you on the bus and tell you my life story. And it's not an issue for me. So I think that authenticity and that ability to share is something that's really special. But I think just our individual paths have brought us all these different experiences together. So besides the commonality of sisters, those life differences enrich it all.
Right. So with combining all of those experiences and what you do in your events, your local events, and then your bigger event that you have coming up, what do you how do you combine all of that to create something for your clients?
Great question. It's one of my favorite things is when we design our presentations and our speeches, and we do our events as co-presenters, and usually it's sort of 2 sisters at a time so that we don't overwhelm and overstep. But 2 is really nice. As you and I were saying, it's nice to have a conversation. Yeah. It's nice to play off each other. And so with all of the things that we have, beautiful technology, we will get together on a Zoom call and talk about how are we going to navigate this. And so we'll start with our great idea. So our great idea for 2020, of course, is focus on you. And that is, I'm sure lots of people are doing that with 2020. Last year, our focus word was you are worth it. So we always have something that's just that golden nugget, and then we brainstorm it. And in our brainstorming sessions, we have this philosophy. There's no no's. It's a yes and. So if someone says, what about this idea? We go, yes and. Or yes, maybe this. Love and so we really try to not have any no's out of the gates, because that puts up those walls. And then if someone gets a no, it's jarring and you're like, oh, you don't like my ideas. So we really try to do the first couple of weeks of it just like yes. And we will collect information and collect phrases and things,
drill down,
and then and just pare it down, and then we'll come together with our agenda is kind of set now. So we are just changing our presentations and our messages and how we do that. And we involve some activities and some games, and we always want that to be different and unique as well. So if you came last year and you're coming this year, it's going to be different. And so that's really important to us. But we get so excited planning it and doing it together. But I think, it's probably the same for anybody. And as soon as you get a chance to collaborate and work with someone, it's exciting.
It is. Yeah. I love collaborating with other women and working with other women to bring a really big, beautiful event. Because first of all, I always think, I only have my experience and my frame of reference. When you bring more women to it that have like this collective idea of just helping women, so many beautiful things can really blossom from it. And I love what you said about how you have this yes and approach to your discussions, because I'm a big believer that all of those little nuggets are planted in us for a reason. And so we've got to trust that something is working in action there when ideas are popping up, and keeping it as a yes and then pruning away. I love that.
Yeah. I mean, we're not perfect at it, but that's the philosophy we try to run with.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing too, though, is that communication is that we have agreed as a sistership, and I do have to compliment us on this, is that we have committed to being honest with each other.
Mm.
And it sounds so simple, and everybody wants honesty, but it is more difficult when you look at a business, and then a business that also has inspiration and motivation, because it is hard to go back to someone and say, I don't know about this idea, I think we should change it. Because if it's something that you felt really passionate about, you can have hurt feelings or whatever. And so we're just like, let's try to put that aside, and let's always come to the table with honesty, because we don't want to have anything. We want this is the long game. I see myself, this is what I was designed to do, and I'm just so excited that I'm where I am in my life right now, because this feels right. But that communication is key, and once you start being honest and sharing, or if you already are, that's great, but sharing really meaningfully why you do or don't like something, it becomes easier and it becomes so valuable.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. I think we're getting like a business 101 treat here in your introduction to your business. I mean, this is so crucial. I mean, all of those elements are so important. And Cornelia and I face that ourselves too. I mean, sometimes we have to have challenging conversations with each other too. And when sometimes if you allow the stress to take over, next thing you know, you're like, what did you really mean by that? You know, kind of thing. And we're like, no, 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 not that, you know, and I love that. I love when you can create that dynamic, especially with women working together, because, you know, in the past, you know, people kind of viewed women as being catty about having tough conversations with each other. And it doesn't have to be that way, you know. But like you said, none of us are perfect at it. But if we honor being truthful and speaking from our hearts, and then being able to receive whatever comes back, and then be able to you know, return the honesty, you know, and just know that you're on the same we're on the same team. That's what I want to say. You're on the same team. You just want to create something beautiful and magical for women, and it's a learning curve. Yeah,
definitely.
For
and
sure.
So Priscilla, that's why I love this group that you and Cornelia have, that you've started. It just seems like a really great platform. People are jumping in, and I love all the advice and the help. And even if someone doesn't necessarily have advice, there's just encouragement. And I think one of the challenges as well, being a woman in business, especially if you have an ownership or a piece of the pie yourself, is where do you find that motivation and that inspiration to keep going? Because I'm sure you've had those days, I have, where I get up and I'm like, I just want to stay in my pajamas and cuddle my cat and drink 15 hot chocolates. And like, I don't want to do the work, and it's hard, and there's nobody like giving me the boxes. I have to make the boxes and then do the boxes of checklists or whatever it is. And so having a group that you can sort of relate back to and anchor to, I think is just a really valuable resource. And I love that you're doing this interview with me now, and I know you have plans for more, so that is going to be awesome. I look forward to that.
Yeah, I'm really excited about what else we have kind of brewing in our group that nobody knows about yet. I mean, to hear about what we're doing each in our businesses, what each of us are doing in our businesses, and how we can not only contribute to each other in this platform, but also share our businesses. You know, there could be some ideal clients in here that you may not be aware of. And so that's what I really want to do, is to be able to bring value, and then members bring value also for all of us to be more successful in our businesses. So on that note, I'd love for you to share maybe some, you know, something that you'd like to share with the group right now that you have going on right now, that about your business.
Perfect. So we have we are running 4 Ladies' Day events this year, and our first one of the season, I guess, or the year, is coming up on March 14th in Kelowna, BC. It is at a local winery called Summerhill Pyramid Winery, and it's going to be a beautiful day. So we just launched our tickets this weekend, actually. So we have our early bird tickets on right now. There's a promo code Sparkle, of course, where you
Of
can
course.
$50. But that event is going to be sort of my laser focus right now because it's the first one out of the gates and it is a new venue. I say local, but local to me is sort of all within 1,000 miles. So it's a new venue in a new city. So that's a part that is exciting, but also makes me a little anxious. You know, we have two ticket sales in right now on a plan of 60. So it's still a long ways to go. So when I am sharing and looking for these, earlier I had said, tell me some marketing ideas and things. And it was really nice for me to be able to actually list a bunch of things that I had already done because I think you forget to high five yourself too. Because I was like, oh, it's not happening. Oh. And of course it's been one day, 2 days now, Wednesday. But so yeah, that event is the first of 4 for the year. And then I would love to share more as we go. And my sisters and I are in the process of final touches on that presentation for the slideshow, for the games, for the conversations that we're going to have with our ladies. And so it's a really exciting time leading up to that event. So there's my event coming.
So it sounds like you three are still working out the details of the event, but is there
I would say more like working out the kinks, right? So we've got our titles and our things, and then it's now just we run it many times before we go, right? Like I love the one meme I've seen that's like Beyonce practices 8 months for a 2-hour show. And I'm like, yes, that is us. So we will practice, we will put on our headsets, we will talk to each other. We have presented to our husbands, our cats, our just so that we're really, really seamless, because that's part of the professional side of it too, right? Is when I'm offering you this wonderful day, it needs to be polished. It needs to be really value added for you. And that's us dialed in and super organized and knowing what we're driving in, what we're driving home. So,
oh my gosh, that's great. That's great. So tell us more about what people can expect and why would someone buy a ticket?
Yeah, you bet.
Besides your wonderful personality.
That's right. I'm delightful to hang out with, and you can have a selfie with me. Boom. You can. I actually do a selfie round because I do love that. I love my social media. But so the day is 10 to 4, so it's all day. There's lunch included. There's wine included. We have a sparkle swag bag when you arrive, full of all kinds of. The theme of our bag is love yourself from head to foot. So we've got all kinds of things. I don't want to say more, but it's a really nice.
Some of it has to be kept secret.
I know, right? So our speech in the morning after we introduce ourselves, and we start with a few door prizes. We have a huge community support group here, and so we always have door prizes just to add a little sparkle.
Oh, that's awesome.
We want the day to be focus on you, right?
Yeah.
And so the beginning is focus on you. You are amazing, and we do a whole segment on that, and we get people excited, and we have special ways to get you excited, including some shoulder shimmies, right? Give me shoulder shimmy.
Yeah. I love it.
We love to incorporate some of the silly things with it. Then we do a section. We have a section on mindful movement, and it's just sort of recentering yourself, right? Something really important about connecting your mind and your body.
Yes.
We have a section on financial wellness. Where are you in your finances, right? And people are all over the place at our seminars. We have people who are totally dialed in, 10 out of 10. They're sailing wonderfully. And so part of our thought process there is, who are you teaching? Who are you helping? Because there's lots of us who still aren't there, and we still are juggling and figuring out, debt and finance. We have a beautiful lunch, and then in the afternoon, we continue with a Focus on You session. We have some guests coming in, and we always have a segment in the very last part of the day. We call it Your Butt Looks Great, and it's really just a celebration of self, and we add activities and games, and there's all kinds of fun stuff happening there. And so when you come, you will feel uplifted, energized. You'll leave with a smile. Hopefully you'll have made a few friends. You'll certainly get a high five from me. And it's just one of those days where you feel great. But we also leave you with a date and an action plan that you go, okay, I'm going to do this by this day. And we help you sort of set that up. So whatever it is that you need to just laser focus on you, we want to help you with that at this event.
Wow. It sounds like a wonderful day. And it sounds like it's rejuvenating and fun, and you learn some things.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, when you see, last year was our launch, and we did two events like this, and we had standing ovations at both. And we already have pre-tickets booked for next year. We're only going to do it once a year in each city, because part of it too, for me and for my sisters, especially knowing that they're mom of young ones, is I'm very aware of us not burning out and over exceeding what we want to do. And so I'm like, this can be a slower growth for us, because I want to be doing this in 10 years. And so right now to try to go, oh, we need to just do events, and people have been requesting them. They're like, we don't want to wait that long, this and that. But what I've learned from some of my past businesses is when you go all gas, no brakes, and you forget to take that time for you, it doesn't serve you in the long run. And I want to be here for the long run. And when I look at my sisters with their young families and their concerns about how much time is going to be drawn away, we want to honor that and say, what's going to fit? And so that's a really big piece of the puzzle for us too, right? So yeah.
And with the three of you working as a team, someone can easily pick up a little bit and, you know, or lay back.
That has happened naturally already. And
Wonderful.
It's been just a really nice dynamic that we have each other's backs.
That's beautiful. That's great. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited about what you're sharing and what's to come. And that you said, what are the dates again for your event?
March 14th is the one in Kelowna. So that's our first one coming up.
And then the next one after that is
the next one is May 30th in Vancouver. And then the next ones are in September and November. So they'll be
amazing. Oh, how exciting.
Leave them out, but they're impactful and they're fun and they're wonderful. And I hope that we get wonderful crowds again this year. I know we will. We just have to do the work. And that's what we're in right now, right? Because it takes work to get there. But.
Yes, exciting. So do you have, you said you've had some purchases already for your next event. So you have a link that you can share here?
I do. Yes, I will share the links for our Ladies' Day with you. So it's all at yourlifesparkles.com, our website. If you click Ladies' Day, it'll show all four. And the tickets for all four are available. Kelowna, Vancouver being the ones coming up before the summer, and then the ones in the fall, they have tickets up as well. So they're all ready to go, and venues are booked and everything is well underway. But
exciting. Yeah.
So I'll give you that link.
So anybody that's watching this video right now about the events that are coming up, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the chat box so that we can comment back and answer any questions you have about the event. And then of course we'll post the link in there also. But this is exciting, you know, and I'm you know, we talked about this earlier too, about really supporting each other in businesses. And that's what we really intended this page to be about, to not only help women with so many things that you had mentioned. You know, Cornelia's jam is connecting the movement, and my jam is like the mindset and things like that. And so with both of us coming together, you guys see a lot of value in that, and the groups that you're doing together about how much we as women entrepreneurs balancing life and home and business and all of these things, and to really take care of ourselves and nurture ourselves and know what works for us women. And I think movement is something that if someone hasn't incorporated that into their life, into their self-care, or into their, you know, a way to really boost their creativity, that the first time you have that experience, you feel like, oh my gosh, this is just so freeing to relax in that way and to really understand your body better in that process, in that creative process.
I agree with that so much. And I think it's sort of time. It's time to reconnect your heart and your mind and your body and have them work together. Yes. And for those of us who have got it figured out, and I'm still learning, but when, like you say, when you do, it's so rewarding and you feel so good. And I feel, for me, I didn't realize like how much I clenched my jaw all the time. And now when I do work and I think, relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, when I hear those words, every single time I go, what, really? I can't believe there's still stress to be released. And so, but being aware of it, that mindfulness, I'm so about that.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you can't do it. So mindfulness is huge.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. That reminds me of my meditation yesterday. For some reason, I felt like, you know, I wanted to do my meditation, take time for myself. And I was like, oh, I feel pretty good. And so I'm like relaxing and I feel pretty good. And I'm listening to an audio thing, and they said something about, you know, dropping the shoulders again. And all of a sudden I felt like my shoulders dropped another inch, and I'm going, oh my gosh, I was still tense and I didn't think I was. Yeah. You know, sometimes we're not connecting that.
Totally. One thing I do love, and I have a few links for them, is I find 1-minute meditations, because again, you feel so busy and you're like, I don't have time. But the impact of a 1-minute meditation is incredible, because it's like you said, just hearing that cue, drop your shoulders, and you're like, all right, I dropped them. And then you're like, oh, wait, there's more to drop. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy how just that simple audio cue can direct you in such a meaningful way. So those 1-minute meditations, and I encourage anybody, businesswoman or not, to look, just go to YouTube, search 1-minute meditation, find a voice you like, because that was key, is finding someone that you can listen to. Even a minute. I played some, I'm like, after 2 seconds, they're like, hello. I'm like, oh, you're yelling. I can't have you.
Yeah, not gonna work.
Whether you like a man's voice or a woman's voice, or you can even find people with accents that are pleasing to you. And but that all matters, because you want somebody that you enjoy listening to. So searching for that 1 minute. And if you're someone that meditates and does longer, more, and you're like, no, I'm way past that, that's fine. But for me, that 1-minute meditation has been like just a game changer throughout my day, right? And sometimes
totally agree. And even if you're into meditation already and have a good practice, just hearing a different one again, or revisiting shorter meditations, just to have, I've started categorizing them. I don't know if this might help somebody, but I've started categorizing them in my YouTube channel in different folders for specific things, so that I can have an easier go-to. Because in the beginning, I'd be like, oh, which one was it that I, served certain purposes for me. And that really helps a lot to be able to use that tool.
That is a great idea, because how many times have I searched something, oh, this is great, and then I can never find it again. So
Yes.
Cataloging, libraries, that's secret genius. It's all those little things, right, that you know to do, but you forget. So that's a good reminder.
Yeah. So we got a little off track here, but I think that was a good topic to get off track on. Meditation.
That's
right?
That's what happens with live collaboration, right? We were going to talk about my business, and then talk about support within your group, and then talk about inviting others. So maybe we should wrap it up with that, and I will let you.
Yeah. And I think it's so important though, it's just reminding people about that. And especially those that are like on the fence, kind of curious about it and are thinking about trying it. It was huge. It was huge for me. And in this process of being ready to try to grow a business, because it is stressful, because there is so much to handle. But I'm so excited to have women like you in here to share these exciting things that you have going on in your business. And is there anything else that you want to share with us about what you have going on? I think we talked about your events, right?
I think right now that is it. Well, that's not true. We just launched our online t-shirt store, and we can do worldwide fulfillment. So I will put the link for that too. We've got our first 8 designs, and we just launched that on January 15th. So we're very excited to have our sparkle wear for our Sparkle Squad.
I love it.
And all of the proceeds from the t-shirts just come back to the work that we do. And the other thing that we're working on is we are working on starting our own nonprofit. So that's very exciting.
Oh, wow.
Create a vehicle to help women and help young women. And so we are really excited about the starting stages of that. It is such starting stages though, that I just don't have a lot to say about it, but it's definitely one of the things we're planning for this year to get buttoned up as well. So those are 2 other shares. I know I was like, no, I don't have anything to share, but honestly, Priscilla,
there's always something.
I can talk the legs off a donkey to.
Well, I'm really looking forward to hearing more about that when you're ready to share that part. But on that note, as I said earlier, if anybody has any comments or questions, please leave them in here. If this video was helpful, I'd love to know that. And even if you want more information, one of the things that I really love doing too is I love to do local events as well. And so I think that that's one thing that if anybody's considering doing an event and you have more questions about that, pop the questions in here.
Ask it. I'd love to help.
Yeah, we'd love to give some ideas and really support each other in elevating your business to where you want it to be. And I think it's a great, when you have a startup group where we're small right now and we're getting to know each other and finding out how we can really support each other, this is where business can really start to grow for you and for us and for everyone, really kind of linking arms and sharing our strengths and what we bring to the group. So I'm excited for that. And I'm excited to let you all know that when you are, if you're thinking about becoming a featured member and being able to share what you do in your business, I'd love to set up a time to interview with you and learn more about your business and see if it's a good fit. So this is our kickoff video, and I'm so excited for it because you have a lot of things going on that are really, really exciting. So I'm happy you're here.
Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you. And if you're on the fence, just do it. Priscilla's really nice to talk to, and we want to help you. We want to hear from you. Do it.
Yes, absolutely. We want to hear from you. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a great day, Priscilla.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.